This is Retro Sports Radio. Visit RetroSeasons.com for more sports history.
The Oakland Athletics faced the California Angels for a spring training game on March 9, 1974. Oakland were the world champions, having won the World Series in both 1972 and 73 under manager Dick Williams. But Williams had resigned after the 1973 season after disagreements with owner Charles Finley. The Athletics hired Alvin Dark to manage the 1974 team. He had previously managed the Giants, Kansas City Athletics, and Indians during the 1960s. California entered the season under manager Bobby Winkles, who had led the team to a 79-83 record during his first season as skipper in 1973. This audio recording is from the California radio broadcast featuring announcers Don Drysdale and Dick Enberg.
Talking about opening night, on the 9th of April at the Big A, there'll be a spectacular finale to the opening night, a colorful aerial fireworks display immediately following the game, so jot down that date, Tuesday, April the 9th, the Angels American League opener at the Big A. Tickets go on sale Monday at the Anaheim Stadium box office, also at Mutual and Liberty agencies, and at United California Banks in Orange, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties. We have a pair of American League umpires, one National League umpire working the game here this afternoon. The National League umpire behind the plate will be Dave Phillips. Merle Anthony will be at first base. Hank Morganwet will be around at third. The A's lead it off with Bill North in center field. Bert Campaneris will be at shortstop. Left fielder Joe Rudy will bat third. Last year's MVP in the American League, Reggie Jackson, will be in right field. Gene Tennis will do the catching. Darren Johnson will be at first base. Johnson at first. The designated hitter will be Ray Fosse. Rich McKinney will be at third base. The captain of the A's, Sal Bando, has a badly bruised right hand. He was hit by a pitch while taking batting practice. McKinney at third, and Manny Trillo, man of controversy surrounding the World Series last year, will get his start at second base, although Dick Green has agreed to terms with Charlie Finley after he had announced his retirement. The Angels' new look has Mickey Rivers in center field to lead it off. Rivers in center. Denny Doyle, a very valuable acquisition, will be at second base for the Angels, batting second. Bobby Valentine, and so good to see Valentine back in the lineup, although he would be the first to admit he is not 100% yet. The first pitch from Rick Russell of the Cubs yesterday, he rifled into center field for a base hit, and he actually had to slide on that bad leg, too, and he came up, he was limping, but he'll run with a limp now, but it didn't hurt him that much. Bob Oliver will be at third base. Mike Epstein will be at first. He will bat fifth. Ollie Brown, another acquisition in the deal with Milwaukee that sent Clyde Wright to the Brewers, will be in right field. Richie Scheinblum will be the designated hitter. Scheinblum, the DH. Ellie Rodriguez. Rodriguez, a man that the Angels have coveted for the last 3 or 4 years. Finally, getting him from the Milwaukee Brewers in the Clyde Wright deal, will be behind the plate. And the young man from Texas, David Chalk, will be at shortstop. And Bobby Winkles, in talking to him, says a lot of people are worried about the shortstop slot on the Angels. He said, I, for one, am not. This young man can play shortstop. So we're set to go. The switch-hitting Bill Norris stepping in from the left-hand side against Billy No-No, Bill Singer. We begin play for 1974, and again, a pleasure to bring to you the big fella, number 53. Here's Big D.
Thank you very much, David, and a very pleasant good afternoon as the first pitch delivered by Bill Singer is a fastball taken up high for ball one. Now we're underway along this Angel Radio Network in 1974. Singer has his sign from Rodriguez. The next pitch, a fastball just outside for ball two. Going around and setting the defense for the Angels, Bob Oliver at third, Dave Chalk is at short, Denny Doyle at second base, and over at first base will be Mike Epstein. The outfield of Valentine, Rivers, and Brown from left to right. Singer checks with Rodriguez, and a 2-0 pitch, a fastball taken high for ball three. So Bill Singer behind the count on Bill North, who steps out, looks down at his third base coach, Irv Noren. Irv from Pasadena, Arcadia area, flashes a few signs. Here's a 3-0 pitch outside and high for ball four. So Bill North leads it off for the base on balls, and Bert Campaneris will come to bat. Campy last year hitting 254 home runs, 46 RBIs. North a lot of speed on at first base. Epstein holding. The infield shortened up. Oliver on the grass at third. Singer goes over to first, and North back in time. On deck, the left fielder, Joe Rudy. Campaneris taking his time, moves in now. Singer has his sign set, goes over to first one more time. This time diving back is North. Now the game just underway. The world champions of baseball, the Oakland A's and the California Angels. Singer again, and they just about had him. North was breaking the wrong way. Singer this time gave him his good move, and they almost picked him off. But the first base umpire, Merle Anthony, right there on top of the play. Two umpires today on the bases. Merle Anthony at first, Hank Morganweck. Right now, positioning himself out at second base behind the plate, Dave Phillips. Well, Campaneris once again takes his time, checks down with the third base coach, Irv Norn, and of course, Alvin Dark, the new manager of the Oakland A's, much like Dick Williams. They will hit and run. They will squeeze. They will steal. Singer set. Checks the run at first. There he goes. The pitch swung on him. Missed the throw to second. They don't get him, and North did not slide. Dave Chalk taking the throw, and we'll have to see if North is okay. He is. He went in standing up. Dave Chalk, as he applied the tag, pushed North over. So that will be a stolen base for Bill North. And the count right now, 0-1 to Bert Campaneris.
Oakland A's speed on display right there. North with 53 stolen bases last year, and he can fly. Singer tried to keep him close 3 or 4 times, but he got a good jump this time, and he stole it standing up.
Singer into the stretch as he checks North out at second base. Campaneris bunts it right back to Singer. Up, he has one play to Epstein in time to get Campaneris in on the play. Bill North moves over to third. So, as we were saying, Alvin Dark, as like Dick Williams, very fundamental managers. They will not pull too many tricks out. They will try and go for the runs right there. Campaneris moving his runner from second to third with nobody out. And now the A's have the go-ahead run here in the first inning at third base. The infield will play back, and Joe Rudy will be the hitter. That will be a sacrifice for Bert Campaneris. Joe Rudy last year hitting .270. The first pitch is swung on and missed. Strike one, a fastball, as Bill Singer rode that one up and in. He had 12 home runs, 66 RBIs. Joe Rudy, one of the members of the Oakland A's who did not win his arbitration battle with owner Charlie Finley. Singer working out of the stretch. North away at third. Singer set, checks the runner. The next pitch just outside for ball one. The count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. The infield straight away, the outfield the same. Oliver just behind the bag at third, off the line. Singer checking signs into the stretch. He checks North at third. The 1-1 pitch, a fastball. Up and in for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. On deck, Reggie Jackson. Wes Stock, the A's pitching coach, is coaching over at first base. As we said before, Irv Norn over at third. Singer once again delivers a 2-1 pitch, a breaking pitch called strike 2. Rudy started, then held up. The count evens now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. On a beautiful afternoon, Angel Stadium's in Palm Springs, California. A very slight breeze, ever so slight, kind of blowing out of the east and, well, maybe the northeast. Here's the 2-2 pitch. They got him looking, strike 3. Good fastball on the outside corner. Catches Joe Rudy looking. And Bill Singer now has 2 away. And that a big out. Well, there's the first strikeout of the year for Bill Singer. Bill North, if you joined us late, led off with a base on balls. He stole second. He was sacrificed to third by Bert Campaneris. Joe Rudy has just been caught looking. And Reggie Jackson stands in. Singer from the full windup now. There's a little looping fly ball left center field. This is going to drop. Mickey Rivers comes on. North will score, and the world champion A's take a 1-0 lead. Jackson did not hit that ball well at all. It jammed him. But Reggie, a strong left-hand hitter, fought the ball off, looped it into left center field where Mickey Rivers had no chance whatsoever, or Bobby Valentine, the left fielder. So the A's take a 1-0 lead as Gene Tennis will stand in. Gene hit .258 last year. Singer, working from the stretch, goes over to first to drive Jackson back. Singer once again from the stretch. The first pitch is just inside ball one. And Ellie Rodriguez a little hesitant behind the plate, getting the ball back to Singer. I think Ellie thought he had it. Singer again into the stretch. He checks Jackson, goes over, and Reggie diving back in time. Tennis, in his articles, here is another player that did not win his arbitration battle either. Once again, Singer goes over to first, and once again, Reggie Jackson diving back. And Gene said, well, he said, I didn't win my arbitration battle, and so I just don't believe I'm going to do much catching for Mr. Finley and the Oakland A's. But today, he is back there. There's another throw to first, and once again, Jackson is back. Singer into the stretch, and the pitch is swung on and missed a fastball. So the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Dennis, as we said before, hit .258 last year, had 24 home runs, 84 RBIs. The infield back straight away. Mickey Rivers slightly in left center. Singer set, checks the runner, the 1-1 pitch, a breaking pitch, off-speed pitch, gets to the outside corner for strike 2 call. The world champion Oakland A's leading the Angels here just the top half of the first inning. Game just underway, 1-0. Singer goes over to first. Jackson again diving back. Tomorrow it'll be the San Diego Padres. And once again, right here on Angel Radio and KTLA Channel 5. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Singer's next pitch, a check swing. Fastball taken up high and away for ball 2. The count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, Jackson at first. A's 1, the Angels nothing. On deck, Darren Johnson. Singer once again to the stretch. Here's a 2-2 pitch. That's fouled right back up and right below us. Look out. Ooh. Well, everybody's got to have spring training. Harry Dalton standing right next to you said you give a little, and you know I gave a little. Gave a lot is right. Count remains the same. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's Singer's 2-2 pitch just outside with a fastball, ball 3. So the count goes full, and with 2 outs, 3-2 count on Gene Tennis. He will be off and running. This time, Mike Epstein moves in behind. Singer set. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Runner goes. It hits him as a slider. So Gene Tennis on hit by the pitch. That would have been ball 4 anyway. And the A's have runners at first and second. Jackson at second, Tennis at first, and Darren Johnson will be the hitter. Yesterday, in the A's 13-3 win over San Diego, they had 5 home runs. Gene Tennis had 2, and the hitter up here right now, Darren Johnson, had 1. First pitch is a breaking pitch, fouled right straight back. 0-1 to Johnson. The man out at second base had 1, Reggie Jackson. And the catcher, Ray Fosse, on deck. Also, he had the 5th. Singer has his sign from Rodriguez. Dancing out at second is Jackson. Next pitch, a fastball. Fouled off of the mask of Ellie Rodriguez, and Singer out in front, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Singer checking signs with Rodriguez, has the one he wants. He goes to the belt. He checks Jackson out at second base. Dave Chalk starting to move in behind. A fastball swung on and missed, strike 3, and that will do it for the A's. So Bill Singer strikes out Darren Johnson. In the inning for Oakland, they come up with 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors. They lead 2, and the score after the first half inning of play, it's the Oakland A's 1 and the California Angels coming to bat.
Stands right now when it's more important than ever to keep your car in tip-top shape. Chevron dealers' standard stations have a great tire sale for you. It's the quality, economy-priced Atlas Pacesetter tire for mid-sized cars, now on sale for as low as $29.18. The Pacesetter has 2 rugged fiberglass belts over 2 durable polyester cord plies. Computer-designed tread to give you a quiet ride, even tread wear, and traction on wet pavement. So don't wait. Drop in today and ask your Chevron Standard man for a free tire check. Then look at his quality, economy-priced, belted Atlas Pacesetter tires in a range of sizes for mid-size cars. Now on sale at all standard stations and most Chevron dealers, the Atlas Pacesetter, size E7814, sale priced at $29.18 plus $2.33 federal excise tax. Prices may vary at Chevron dealers. Now more than ever is the time to take advantage of the low sale price on Atlas Pacesetter tires along the Chevron way.
Back here at Angel Stadium in Palm Springs, Vita Blue taking his warm-up tosses. And the Angels will send up Mickey Rivers, Denny Doyle, and Bobby Valentine in that order. The A's scored 1 run in the first inning. The Angels at bat, so will set the defense for the world champions. At third base will be Rich McKinney. At shortstop will be Bert Cabaneras. Out at second base, Manny Trillo. And over at first base, Darren Johnson. The outfield, Joe Rudy in left, Bill North in center, Reggie Jackson in right, and the battery of Gene Tennis and Vita Blue. Vita Blue last year a 20-game winner for the A's, won 20, lost 9, earned run average of 3.28. Against the Angels, he was at 500. He won 2, he lost 2, and had an earned run average last year against the Californians, 3.58. Mickey Rivers leads it off. Vita Blue into the windup. The first pitch, a bunt on the third base side. It'll go foul. Gene Tennis hopping out of there in a hurry, but that ball just rolling foul. Had that ball been fair, been very doubtful, they would have got Rivers, who has excellent speed. Mickey last year, after having a fine year at Salt Lake City, came up to the parent club, the California Angels, where he hit .349. He did not have a home run, but he had 16 RBIs. Coaching down at third, the newcomers to the Angels this year, Whitey Herzog, and over at first, Salty Parker. Time call right now. Manager Alvin Dark moving out alongside in a chair outside of the dugout. Blue winds. Here's the one-strike pitch. A line drive hit the center field right on the nose. Coming on North. He drops the ball. Rivers around first on his way to second. North up with the ball. It's thrown, not in time. Mickey Rivers right there displaying the speed and excitement that manager Bobby Winkle's hopes will be on display for the 1974 season. A line drive. Bill North made an excellent try. The ball just popped out of his glove as he hit the ground. It rolled right in front of him. He got up in a hurry, and he threw a strike to Manny Trillo. But the great speed of Mickey Rivers enabled him to get under the tag with a fine slide. And Denny Doyle right now checked at the first pitch as he scored around a bunt, taken a little bit low for ball 1. That'll be ruled a double for Mickey Rivers. Blue at the belt, he checks Rivers at second. The next pitch to Doyle, a good bunt up the first base side. Darren Johnson has only one play. That's the tag Doyle as he goes by, and over to third goes Mickey Rivers. So the Angels find themselves in the same position as the A's were in the first inning. Bill North led off with a base on balls. He stole second, then Campaneris sacrificing to third. For the Angels, Mickey Rivers leads off with a double. He is sacrificed to third by Denny Doyle. And a fine round of applause for the number 3 hitter in the Angel lineup, Bobby Valentine. Blue into the windup. The first pitch is fouled back to the right and out of play. 0-1 to Valentine last year up until May 17th when he broke his leg against the same world champion Oakland A's, trying to make a catch of a home run off of the bat of Dick Green. Bobby hit .302, had a home run, 13 RBI. Blue winds. Here's the one-strike pitch just outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's the A's 1. And the Angels nothing, 1 out in the last of the first. The infield back, they will give up the run. Blue working out of the full windup. Rivers down the line at third. Here's the 1-1 pitch. A breaking pitch popped to the right side. Will curl foul, and that will go back and out of play. So Blue ahead of Valentine. 1 ball and 2 strikes. On deck, Bob Oliver. Now, with the 2 strikes, manager Alvin Dark will bring his infield in. And the logic behind this right here, you feel that You've got a pitcher out there with good control, and make him hit. He's got to hit his pitch and protect the plate. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Line drive into right field. That'll be a base hit. The Angels, as Mickey Rivers scores from third. Bobby Valentine going the opposite way. A line drive base hit to right field, and we are tied at 1.
Well, that's good to see, Don. Valentine hanging in there, and I can't think of a man who could have possibly spent a more frustrating last 9 months than Bobby Valentine since the 17th of May, when almost to the time that he got out of the hospital started working, and there's a lot of sweat and pain, and I'm sure a few tears that have gone into that base hit over the last 9 months.
Boy, that is so true, Dave. And Bob Oliver goes after a breaking pitch high and away. Doesn't get it for strike 1. Bobby Valentine at first base, so he has his first base hit. Make that his second base hit of the spring. He had one yesterday, his first time up in Holtville on the first pitch. His first RBI of the spring. Blue at the belt. The pitch to Oliver. Ground ball hit to third. McKinney backs up, plays on a big hop, goes to Trio high. He's safe at second. He's out at third. A throw by McKinney, and Merle Anthony, the first base umpire, gave the out sign, and Oliver is standing at first base. Well, we'll see what happens now. Now he changed his decision. He's called him safe. Well, he has not. He's called him out. He was out. Well, on the play, it'll be Rule 5-4-3, the put out on Oliver. Valentine safe at second base. There's 2 gone, and Mike Epstein stands in against his former teammate. He goes after a fastball, doesn't get it for strike 1.
And again, Bobby Valentine forced to go down painfully and make the slide, but there he is dancing away from second base. Apparently no harm done. Bob Oliver, I don't know, should have beaten that ball out, quite frankly.
The 1-strike pitch is hit off the hands to the left side over by the A's dugout. That will curl around, hits the light tower, and comes right back down into the glove of Gene Tennis. But, of course, it hit the light tower and is out of play. Funny play, David. I'll tell you, the ball that McKinney had to back up played on the big hop. He threw high to Trio. Trio had to go high in the air to haul it down on the shortstop side of the bag, and it was a very close play at first base. Kind of a little funny call by Merle Anthony at first. He gave it that little jabbing shot. But Oliver is gone, and Valentine remains at second base. We are tied at 1. 2 outs in the last half of the first inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Epstein. Make that 0-2. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Line drive hit deep to left center field, slicing away from North. Still slicing, and he makes a diving catch. A diving catch by Bill North, and that retires the side for the Angels. And it saved the A's a run. But in the inning, for the Angels, they come up with 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors. They leave 1 in the score after the first inning of play. The world champion Oakland A's won, and the California Angels won.
When you say Budweiser, when you say Bud, you've said a lot of things nobody else can say. When you say Bud, you've gone as far as you can go to get the very best. When you say Bud, you've said the word that means you like to do it all. When you say Bud, it means you want the beer that's got a taste that's number 1. When you say Bud, you tell the world you know what makes it all the way. When you say Bud, you say you care enough to only want the king of beers. There is no other one. There's only something less, because the king of beers is leading all the rest. When you say Budweiser, you've said it all.
He'll face right-hander Bill Singer, who winds the first pitch, and that hit him up in the shoulder. Talking to Bill Singer before the game, he said he just hadn't been able to cut it loose yet. And that is so understandable this early part of the spring. And you probably see that more so with power pitchers, as You would put Bill Singer in that caliber. So Ray Fosse hit by the pitch. That's the second. One by Singer, and Rich McKinney stands in. The first pitch of fastball taken up high for ball one. Epstein holding Fosse at first base. The infield in double play depth. The infield of Oliver, Chalk, Doyle, and Epstein from third to first. The outfield of Valentine, Rivers, and Brown. The next pitch is a high pop on the right side. Denny Doyle going back, shading his eye, just crosses into foul territory, makes the catch. Fine play by Denny Doyle going right over to the fence. Rich McKinney, retired and one gone for the A's, as Manny Trio will stand in. Well, Angel Baseball is brought to you by Standard Stations and Chevron dealers, and a faulty car ignition can mean a drop in gasoline mileage. So take this Chevron maximum mileage tip. Have your ignition system checked regularly. Trio steps in, now steps out. He checks down to the third base coach of Noren. Fosse away at first, one gone, the top of the second. First pitch is slider delivered inside and low for ball one. Trio last year at Tucson hit .312, 8 home runs, 78 RBIs. The 1-0 pitch is hit off the hand, popped on the right side. Once again, Denny Doyle in behind Epstein and makes the catch. So after Singer hits Ray Fosse with the first pitch, a slider that kind of backed up on him. He gets McKinney and Trio to pop to Denny Doyle. Will go to the top of the order in Bill North. North walked his first time at bat, stole second, scored the A's first run. We are tied at 1. We're in the top of the second, 2 out. Now Epstein will move in behind Fosse with the left hand and hitting Bill North standing in. First pitch of fastball. Up in the air goes Rodriguez to haul it down. 1 ball and no strikes. Beautiful afternoon here in Palm Springs. Yesterday, a little cloudy, overcast, rain in the morning. There goes the runner. The pitch. A call, strike, to throw to Crockett. Second base. Get Fosse. Ellie Rodriguez right there showing the signs that Bobby Winkle said the Angels could not do last year. Throw runners out. He guns down Ray Fosse. The A's are gone in the second. In the inning, no runs on no hits. There were no errors. They leave nobody. And the score, after 1.5, it's the A's 1 and the Angels 1. Well, what is good service all about? I'll tell you what. The clerk who empties the entire stockroom in search for that exotic stereo gadget your son just can't live without, even though it turns out that that store never even carried them. Oh, your secretary checking for last-minute jobs before she goes home. Never mind, she's late for her first date with a wild-looking guy she just met on the elevator. So one more letter to type would jeopardize her entire future. Now that's good service. And so is Continental Airlines. They still believe that if they do a little more for you a lot faster, you'll come back and fly them again and again. Continental, the most DC-10s on the most daily flights between Los Angeles and Chicago. A total of 11, including 5 non-stops, with economy fares available on every one. Call your travel agent or Continental Airlines, the proud bird with the golden tail. And you know, they really move their tail to give you good service. And that includes daily service from Los Angeles to Denver, too. Well, we're set to move into the last half of the second inning. A newcomer from the Milwaukee Brewers in the trade, Ollie Brown, will stand in. Vita Blue into the windup. The first pitch of fastball catches the outside corner. Strike one call. There's the 1-strike pitch, off-speed curveball taken low, ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Some other scores for you down at Vero Beach, Florida. The Atlanta Braves and the Dodgers tied up at 3 apiece after 8. The next pitch is fouled back to the right side. That will go back and out of play. Steve Garvey hit a home run in the 8th inning with nobody on. Mike Lum in the 7th inning with 1 on for the Braves. At Bradenton, at Cincinnati and Pittsburgh, Daytona Beach, Houston, and Montreal, St. Petersburg, the New York Mets, and the St. Louis Cardinals. The next pitch is fouled off of the mask of Gene Tennyson. That shakes him up just a little bit. Gene kind of checking the ivories a little bit. Moving around, see if they're all in place. And the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes, Ollie Brown. At Winter Haven, It's the Phillies 2, and the Boston Red Sox 1. That's after 2. Scottsdale, Milwaukee, and the Cubs no score yet. At Yuma, Arizona Western, and the San Diego Padres no score. Tucson, San Francisco is at Cleveland. Fort Lauderdale, Baltimore, and the New York Yankees at Sarasota. After 5, we'll give you that score in a minute. Here's a 1-2 pitch. That's hit off the hands on the left side. In foul territory goes Rich McKinney, the third baseman, shading his eyes from the sun, and makes the catch. So with 1 gone, we'll pause for station identification. This is the Angels Radio Network.
And this is KXTC, Glendale, Phoenix, Arizona. The time is 1 o'clock.
Back here at Angel Stadium in Palm Springs, Richie Scheinblum, the designated hitter, takes a change high and away for ball 1. 1 ball and no strike. Scheinblum last year hitting .328. Vita Blue's next pitch, a line drive, hit foul. Looking down the left field line. Scheinblum, a switch hitter, hitting from the right side off the left-handed pitching of Vita Blue. Some other scores at Sarasota. It's Kansas City 8 and the Chicago White Sox 3. That is after 5. After 6 is Detroit 4, Minnesota 1. There's a ground ball hit off the hands, just foul. Rich McKinney making the play behind the bag, flips it back to Vita Blue, and the count moves. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And in that game, Minnesota and Detroit, Borgman, a home run for Minnesota in the 6th with nobody on. On deck, Ellie Rodriguez. Vita Blue shakes off a sign from tennis, now has the one he wants. Here's the 1-2 pitch, an off-speed curveball outside for ball 2. So the count evens up. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're in the last half of the 2nd inning. We are tied at 1. The world champion Oakland A's and the California Angels. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Blue. It is inside and low, ball 3. So the count goes full to Scheinblum, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Scheinblum against left-hand pitching last year hit .267, and against right-handed pitching he hit .357. The next pitch, a ground ball hit off the end of the bat over the hole. Campaneris bobbles the ball, picks it up, throws, not in time. Well, third Campaneris had the ball stay down on him, rolled just behind him. And by the time he got it to Darren Johnson at first base, Scheinblum across the bag, it will be an error on Bert Campaneris, and you will not see that happen too often. So with 1 gone, Scheinblum at first and Ellie Rodriguez will stand in. Rodriguez in the 8th spot in the batting order. On deck in the 9th spot, Dave Chock. Rodriguez last year at Milwaukee hitting .268. He did not have a home run. He had 30 RBIs. 1 gone, last half of the 2nd inning. We are tied at 1. Infield and double play depth. Blue into the stretch. He checks the runner. The pitch is a high fly ball. Hits the center field. Bill North has to retreat a few steps, glove up to shade the sun, and makes the catch. Now there's 2 gone. And Dave Chock will be the hitter. Dave, hitting .232 with the Angels last year, did not have a home run. He had 5 RBIs. Dave, a youngster out of Dallas, Texas, 5'10", 175-pounder. Rich McKinney, about a step behind the bag at third. Now moves up even with the bag. Blue goes to the set position. The first pitch to Chock is a fastball. That's taken down low and away for ball 1. Chock checking with his third base coach, Whitey Herzog. Whitey flashing a few signs. At first base, Richie Scheinblum is checking with his third base coach. He goes. A pitch swung on and is dropped by Tennis. And let's see, it is not a foul ball. The umpires move up, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. So Scheinblum moving on the pitch. Richie will be credited with a stolen base. And the count even 1 ball, 1 strike to Chock. So the Angels have the go-ahead run out at second base with 2 gone, the last of the 2nd. They're tied at 1. Vita Blue spins and whirls, but nobody there. On deck, the leadoff hitter, Mickey Rivers. Blue kind of bobs his head up and down as if to say, let me see that sign again from his catcher, Gene Tennis. Into the stretch, and here's the next pitch. Is hit off the hands into short right field. Coming on, Reggie Jackson going out, Manny Trio. It is Reggie Jackson for the catch. And the side is retired for the Angels. In the Angels' second, there were no runs, there were no hits, there was one error, and one man left on base, and the score after 2 complete. It's the Angels 1 and the A's 1.
1, 2, 3. You will see. The Nova 6 makes sense today. 2, 3, 4. Count the doors of the Chevy Nova 6.
The Chevy Nova 6 two-door coupe, the young happy one, with stripes if you order them, and that practical 6-cylinder engine.
3.
The Chevy Nova 6 hatchback. A door on the left, one on the right, and a big hatch in back. Flip the back seat down, and you've got a Nova 6 that thinks it's a station wagon.
4.
The Chevy Nova 6 four-door sedan. Sincere from the start. The attractive arithmetic of four-door comfort and convenience, plus 6-cylinder economy.
Can you hear? The numbers say the Nova 6 makes sense today.
Chevrolet makes sense for America.
Well, we're getting ready to move along to the top half of the third inning. And to bring you the action, give you a new pitching change, here's Dave Niehaus.
All right, Donald, thank you. And again, good afternoon, everybody, on this magnificent Saturday afternoon in Palm Springs. The Angels, after the first 2 innings of work by Bill Singer, send a young man to the mound who still remains a question mark, and hopefully the questions will be answered on Rudy May in 1974. Rudy May this year literally is fighting for a job as the 4th Angel starter with all the pitchers that the Angels have in camp. And manager Bobby Winkles at this early date has just about got settled in his mind that it's Ryan and Singer and probably Frank Tanana, and the 4th spot is up for grabs. Here is switch hitting Bill North, batting from the right-hand side. He cues one off the end of the bat foul up the first base side. Wes Stock, coaching at first base, picks it up and tosses it back to Rudy May. North started out 1973 for the Oakland A's as their designated hitter. He played in 12 games in the early going for Oakland as the DH, and then he took over in center field, and he never lost that job until he suffered the injury on the 30th of September. Pitch goes all the way to the backstop. North had shortened up as if to bunt. A ball and a strike on Bill North. The Oakland A's embroiled in controversy all last year, all during the offseason, and all during the spring of 1974. But all they do is hammer out a lot of hits and a lot of runs, and they win, like yesterday, 13-3. 1-1 pitch to North. Fastball outside. 2 balls and a strike on Bill North, the man with the great speed who stole 53 sacks for the world champions last year. May bends down, gets a sign from Rodriguez. The left-hander's pitch is a ground ball toward second. There is sure-handed Denny Doyle. He picks it up and throws out Bill North by 15 feet. So North is the first May victim here in the third in a 1-1 tie, and here is Bert Campaneris. After North had stolen second base off Bill Singer in the first inning, Campaneris sacrificed Bill to third base. And then North scored on Reggie Jackson's dying quail slicing into left center field. Ragoberto Campaneris, and the pitch to him is a fly ball to right field. Back on the ball is Ollie Brown a couple of steps to his right, backpedaling and makes the catch 2 down. The Oakland A's attempting to become world champions in baseball for the 3rd consecutive year. The New York Yankees were the last club to win as many as 3 consecutive world championships, and actually the Yankees ran off 5 in a row. The Yankees were the world champions of baseball in 1949, 1950, 1951, 1952, and 1953. Here is Joe Rudy, a Singer strikeout victim, his first time up. To pitch to him down low in the dirt. Rodriguez picks it up after it goes off his shin guard. 1 ball and no strikes on Joe Rudy. Rudy hitting at .270, 12 home runs, 66 RBIs. As Don Drysdale pointed out, Rudy, one of those who did not win arbitration with Charlie Finley. 9 of the A's went before the arbitrator, and the pitch low on outside. 2 balls and no strikes to Joe Rudy. 5 won in arbitration, 4 lost. Rudy was one of the losers. Joe, as we keep saying from year to year, probably the most underrated, the major leaguer. The pitch to him is a ground ball toward third. Oliver gets a convenient second hop, throws him out by about 5 feet. So an easy 1-2-3 inning for Rudy May here in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We go to the bottom half of the third. It's the Angels 1, the A's 1.
When an automobile battery is about to go dead, there often is no warning signal. In the old days, there usually was some warning. The starter would grind and turn over very slowly before the battery went completely dead. But in today's systems, you could turn the key on one day and nothing. That's why it's a good idea to ask your Chevron Standard man to run a check on your battery. Make sure it has plenty of charge left. And when it finally is time to replace it, don't keep putting it off. Battery failure can be costly and inconvenient. Instead, stop in along the Chevron way for a look at the Atlas battery line. The Econo Power, the Pace Setter, the Premium Power Extra Heavy Duty, all quick-starting, reliable batteries with a quality Atlas name on them and the Chevron Standard name behind them. There's an Atlas battery designed to fit almost every car on the road, with budget terms to fit almost every pocketbook. Stop in and ask for a check on the condition of your battery. If it needs to be replaced, take a look at the outstanding selection of Atlas batteries now at standard stations and most Chevron dealers.
Move along now to the bottom half of the third inning at Angel Stadium in Palm Springs. In this 1-1 tie, the Angels send the top of their batting order up to face left-hander Vida Blue. They'll have Mickey Rivers, Denny Doyle, and Bobby Valentine in that order. And it was that threesome that produced the Angels' first run back in the first inning to tie it at 1-1. Mickey Rivers hit a line drive that practically drove through center fielder Bill North in the first inning, and he ended up at second base with a double. The wind and the pitch to Mickey shortens up as if the bunt, takes it low and inside. Ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. National League umpire Dave Phillips calling balls and strikes. American Leaguer Merle Anthony is at first base, and another American League umpire, Hank Morganweck, is at third. And the pitch to Rivers, a swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. A ball and a strike as Blue gets his sign from Tennis. And the pitch swung on, line drive, right center field. That'll fall in for a base hit, maybe 2. Here's Rivers round first, on his way for second. North up with the ball, and Mickey Rivers in is at second base with a stand-up double. Well, this is the year for Mickey Rivers, everybody says, and here in the first game in Palm Springs, Mickey has a pair of doubles. A leadoff double here in the third, and here is Denny Doyle. Doyle laid down a beautiful sacrifice bunt. He dragged it up first base to send Rivers to third his first time up, and let's see if he is up there with those same instructions here in the same circumstances in the third. Remind you that Angels Baseball is brought to you by Busch. Natural beer taste. Something special about a beer that can say that. So do yourself a favor. Ask for the natural one. Ask for Busch. Blues pitch to Doyle around the bunt. He does this time foul off the third base side. The ball's 1 strike to count on Denny Doyle. Doyle picked up on the Philadelphia Phillies as payment in the Billy Grabarkowitz deal. A couple of other ball players eventually ended up from the Angels with the Phillies to complete that deal. Doyle up on the bat about an inch or so. Around the bunt, does off the head of the bat, foul again. The ball's 2 strikes on Denny Doyle. Doyle, a feisty little fighting type ball player. You're going to love Denny Doyle when you come out and see him play either here in Palm Springs or at Anaheim Stadium. Don't forget that opening night against Billy Martin's Texas Rangers is just right around the corner, April the 9th. Blue at the belt. Checks Rivers. Pretty good lead at second base, and he comes to the plate. Doyle swings and misses. Strike 3. So for Vida Blue, that is his first strikeout of the game. Rivers still at second, and here is Bobby Valentine. Valentine given quite a greeting as he returned to the Angel livery for 1974 when he first came up in the first inning and sent a line drive base hit into right field to drive in Mickey Rivers with the Angels' run of the game. Blue at the belt. And the pitch to Bobby swung on and flared foul off to the right, back out of play. Tomorrow the San Diego Padres here in Palm Springs to take on the Angels. The National League, for the most part this year, is using the designated hitter in spring training. However, the San Diego Padres are one of those clubs that will not go along with it. So we will not see the DH out here tomorrow afternoon. A strike on Valentine as Blue goes to the belt. Rivers the lead in this 1-1 tie, and the delivery on the way. Strike called. Blue took just a little something off the fastball. 2 strikes on Bobby Valentine. Whitey Herzog coaching down at third, and what a plus, an addition this veteran is for the Angels coaching staff in 74. Salty Parker is over at first. The stretch by Blue, the 2-strike pitch now to Valentine, high. Down to third goes Rivers, a throw to third in plenty of time to get the sliding Mickey Rivers, and it looked like Mickey did not get that good of a jump. So Rivers is erased from Gene Tennis to Rich McKinney. 2-5 if you're scoring with us. 2 down, and the count on Valentine. A ball and 2 strikes. Pitch was high and inside. Just a perfect place for the catcher Tennis to shoot down Mickey Rivers. Blue now, of course, working from the full windup. And the 1-2 delivery to Bobby. Curve swung on, line drive, thinking in a hurry in center field, but there is North to play it on a hop, and Valentine is 2 for 2 today. He had a base hit yesterday. So the unsuccessful steal of third base by Mickey Rivers kind of stings right here in this situation as Valentine loops one into center field. And here's Big Bob Oliver. Well, make your plans to see the opening game of the Angels-Dodgers Freeway Series at Anaheim Stadium. That'll be on Friday night, March the 29th. The stretch by Blue, the pitch to Oliver, inside with a fastball, ball 1. Tickets for that Angel-Dodgers Freeway Series at the Big A go on sale Monday, and you'll have more than 200 outlets to pick them up. Blues, 1-ball pitch to Oliver's popped right up the chute on the left side of the infield. Bert Campanera shading his eyes from the desert sun, and he finally makes the catch. So the Angels are gone in the third. No runs, a base hit, no errors, and a man left. And the score, after 3 full, it's the Angels 1, the A's 1.
When you say Budweiser, when you say Bud, you say a lot of things nobody else can say. When you say...
And trying to put back down in that hole, and is having trouble putting the sack in. First base umpire Merle Anthony is standing there, along with Wes Stock, the pitching coach, trying to anchor the sack at first base, and apparently it has been done now. And we'll play baseball. Bill Singer, meanwhile, after finishing up his first 2 innings of work doing wind sprints out in right field, from right to center field and back again. Now the signs of spring, and what a beautiful day we have. This could not be more perfect. Yesterday in Oakville, winds blowing either straight in or from left or right field. I'm estimating that it had to be 35, 40 miles an hour. Here's May's first pitch to Reggie Jackson, a ground ball into the hole through for a base hit on the right side. So Jackson is 2 for 2 as he hammers May's first pitch into right field. First base hit off Rudy May, and here is Gene Tennis, who was one of 2 men hit by Bill Singer in the 2 innings that he worked. Tennis hitting .258 last year with 24 home runs and 84 RBIs. The Oakland A's winning the American League West, subsequently the playoff, of course, with Baltimore, and then the World Championship with the New York Mets, but it was not that easy for Oakland last year. Matter of fact, the Chicago White Sox led the American League 51 days last year. The Angels were on top for a day, Kansas City on top for a few days, and the pitch swung on a ground ball. Hot shot to shortstop Valentine. He goes to Doyle, and the Angels have their first double play of 1974. Nicely turned over. David Chalk to Denny Doyle to Mike Epstein. 6-4-3 if you're scoring. 2 down, and here is Darren Johnson. You know, over the past 4 years, Continental has had the fewest number of passenger complaints of any major domestic airline, and that's according to records on file with the CAB, the Civil Aeronautics Board. Darren Johnson takes a pitch low and outside. 1 ball and no strike. Darren doing a fine job as the A's designated hitter last year. Hitting .246, but he had 19 home runs and 81 RBIs. Swing and a miss at a fastball by May, and it's already in the glove of catcher Ellie Rodriguez. A ball and a strike. And there are many general managers in the American League West that think there's a lot of room at the top this year. Step into shallow center field. The second baseman Doyle going out. Center fielder Rivers coming in. It is Rivers for the catch to retire the side. So the A's in the fourth turn decide on a base hit. No Angel errors with the Twin killing nobody left. And as we go to the bottom half of the fourth, the Angels won and the A's have won. Well, what is good service all about? Well, I'll tell you what. The taxi driver who chases you 3.5 blocks in the rain with that briefcase he found on the back seat, never mind the briefcase, might not have been yours after all. Or the waitress who went to the trouble of getting all white meat in your club sandwich, even though the chef was in a terrible mood, so she really hated to ask him. And besides, her shift ended 10 minutes ago. That, my friends, is good service. And so is Continental Airlines. They still believe that if they do a little more for you, a lot faster, you'll come back and fly them again and again and again. Continental offers DC-10 service on the most non-stop daily flights between Los Angeles and Denver, a total of 6. Including one from Ontario. The economy fare is available on every one. So call your travel agent or Continental Airlines, the proud bird with the golden tail. After all, they really move their tail to give you good service. And that includes daily service from Los Angeles to Chicago, too. After 3.5 innings of play, we have a 1-1 tie. The A's will make a change of pitchers. John Blue Moon Odom coming along. This is Dave Niehaus with Dick Enberg, Don Drysdale, and Dick Nelson. And we hope that you make your plans to come down to Palm Springs and see the Angels here at Angel Stadium sometime during the next 3 weeks. They will be here 3 weekends, this weekend, next weekend, and on Saturday, 2 weekends hence. A 1-1 tie. We go to the bottom of the fourth, and for more play, here's Dick Enberg.
Thank you, Dave. 1-1 tie, and Blue Moon Odom tuning up with catcher Gene Tennis. The A's got their run in the top of the first inning. A leadoff walk to Bill North. He stole second base, moved to third on Campaneris' sacrifice, and came home on Jackson's looping single to center field. The Angels tied it immediately in the bottom of the first inning when Rivers doubled off North's glove in center field, moved to third on Doyle's sacrifice, and came home on Bobby Valentine, single to right field. Rivers with a pair of doubles in the game, and Valentine 2 for 2, a pair of singles off starter Vida Blue, has finished his 3 innings, allowed 1 run in the 4 hits. Mike Epstein starts it for the Angels, bottom of the 4th inning. Big Mike lined out to the center fielder North his first time up. North with a fine play. Fastball is high, ball 1. Tennis behind the plate. The infield for the green and gold clad A's. McKinney at third, Campaneris at short, Manny Trio at second, Darren Johnson at first, with Rudy North and Jackson playing around toward right for Epstein. Pitch is high again, 2 balls and no strikes. Dave Phillips behind the plate. The other American League umpires today are Merle Anthony at first base and Hank Morganweck over at third. Odom reads Tennis, swings into that elaborate windup, kicks and deals. High, ball 3. Odom has a record of problems with control, especially early in the season. And he's been high on the first 3 deliveries to Epstein. Mike might be green-lighted 3-0. Let's see. Here it comes. He takes the strike. Across the letters, caught the outside corner, 3-1. Whitey Herzog, newest member of the Angels coaching staff, down at third, relaying the signs from skipper Bobby Winkle. Goldie Parker moves over to first base in 74. The pitch, strike 2 call. Epstein thought that one was outside. And so did some of the grandstand umpires who are getting themselves tuned up for the coming season as well. Full count to Epstein. Ollie Brown, then Richie Scheinblum to follow. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 4. Now Epstein draws a leadoff walk from Blue Moon Odom. And here's Ollie Brown. Fouled out to third baseman Rich McKinney his first time up. While Denny Doyle saw very little left-handed pitching with Philadelphia last year, and probably will see much more this season, Ollie Brown saw just a bit of right-handed pitching. He was used primarily as a swingman. He fouls this one out of play. Brown probably to be used platooning against the left-handed pitching. Wearing number 14 on the back of his angel white. 1-1 tie, bottom of the 4th inning. Odom from the set looks over at Epstein, the pitch. Slides one over the outside corner, 0-2. Skip Lockwood continues to fire down in the Angel bullpen in right field. He'll be pitching in the top of the 5th inning. Infield set for 2. Odom looks over at Epstein. The 2-strike pitch. Foul back on a check swing. Skips up over our Channel 5 cameras. Ollie Brown, lean, lanky, right-handed hitter, squared away stance. Bat right down on the end. Odom has the sign. The 2-strike pitch is swung on and popped up behind short. Out goes Campaneris. In comes Rudy. Campy still going out, and he can't make the play. Epstein moves into second. He'll be in there in time as Rudy plays it to the second baseman trio. That ball carried much farther than it appeared it would. Rudy didn't pick it up. It was late coming in. Campaneris staggering under it, and he did not come close to catching the ball. It landed about 5 feet away. So Brown drops in a Texas leaguer, and the Angels, with no one out in the 4th inning, have a chance to gain the lead. They had that opportunity in the 3rd when Rivers led off with a double, but was caught trying to steal 3rd, and then Valentine with a meaningless single with 2 outs, and Rivers gone from the base path. Here's Scheinblum. He switches around, hitting left-handed against Odom. The pitch by Blue Moon is upstairs, ball 1. Scheinblum safe on Campaneris' error, his only time up. And then on a hit and run, stole second base, and that is new. Scheinblum in 7 Major League seasons has never stolen a base. Infield looking for 2. The pitch swung on a line drive right center field. That's going to be in for a base hit. Epstein is around third. He'll score. Jackson bobbles the ball. Scheinblum to second base. He's in, and stopping at third is Brown as the Angels lead 2-1. Call it a double all the way. There was a bit of confusion in the Oakland infield. No one covered second base. So even had Jackson come up with it cleanly and fired hard into second, they could not have gotten Scheinblum. So credit Ritchie with an RBI double. Ollie Brown moves around to third base, and Epstein scores from second. The Angels in front 2-1, still no one out. Runners at second and third, and the batter is catcher Ellie Rodriguez. Slide to center field is only time up. Outfield plays him toward right center, give him the gap in left center field. Odom from the full windup. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball high. Infield playing back up the middle, Campaneris and trio. McKinney 3 steps behind the bag at third, but Johnson, the first baseman, is playing in on the grass. Odom swings into the windup, the pitch. Low with a fastball, 2-0. So Blue Moon Odom off to a rough start. He walked Epstein. Brown looped a single to left, and then Scheinblum with a line double to right center field. 2-1 Angels, bottom of the 4th inning, and here's the pitch. Strike, a slider across the letters on the outside edge. 2-1 to Rodriguez, to hit .268 with the Milwaukee Brewers last year. Wearing number 6. On his Angel uniform. Brown from third, Scheinblum from second. The 2-1 delivery. Line drive, center field. Racing over is North. He makes the catch, tagging is Brown. Here comes the throw. Brown to the plate. He scores. The Angels lead 3-1. So Rodriguez gets the run in with a line shot out to center fielder Bill North. Holding on the play at second base was Scheinblum. Rodriguez delivering, and the Angels have a 2-run lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. As Dave Chalk, hitting 9th in the order, steps up. The young Texan, right-handed hitter up on the handle of the bat. Scheinblum away from second base. Odom from the stretch to pitch. Bunted and missed. Chalk trying to catch McKinney back on his heels at third base. Tomorrow, the San Diego Padres, a 1 o'clock start. Our radio time, 12:40 for Angel warm-up. 1 o'clock on KTLA Channel 5 in Los Angeles. 1 strike pitch by Odom. Bunted and fouled into the glove of Tennis, and apparently off the glove, and then the wrist rolls away. 2 strikes on Chalk. For the Angels tomorrow, chance to see Nolan Ryan for the first time this spring. Frank Tanana, the young heralded left-hander for the Californians, and Rich Hand scheduled to work against the Padres. 2-strike pitch to Chalk. Breaking ball high, 1-2. Then the Angels will move on to Arizona. Play the Cubs and the A's, Cleveland over there early next week. These before returning to their desert home here in Palm Springs. 1-2, the count, the pitch. Top foul behind the catcher, Tennis. Rolls halfway to the backstop screen. The Angels with a couple of runs off Odom here in the bottom of the fourth. Scheinblum's double following a walk to Epstein and a single by Brown. Scheinblum driving in one run and the other coming home on Ellie Rodriguez sacrifice fly. 2-strike pitch by Odom. Chalk looks at a high change, and Odom has an excellent change, tantalizing. He really pulls the string. John, who's had some bad luck in his life, wears number 13 on the back. The pitch. Fouled into the glove of Tennis. Strike 3. Tennis on his way to the dugout, but hold on, Gino. There's another out to go. That's 2 away, and it's part of the whole learning process. Another season begins. First strikeout for Odom. We're going to pause for station identification. This is the Angels Radio Network.
You don't have to haul those old garbage cans out to the street and back. Save yourself work with a box of Wild Bill pickup trash bags now at all Phoenix fire stations. This is KXTC, Glendale, Phoenix.
3-1. The Angels lead the A's. Bottom of the fourth inning. 2 outs. Scheinblum at second. And the first pitch to Mickey Rivers is outside. Blue Moon Odom on the mound. Looks back at second, and here's the pitch. Ground ball to the left side, right at Campaneris. He scoops and feeds it to first for the out, and the inning is over. Rivers out short to first. The Angels get 2 runs, 2 hits, and leave 1. And after 4 full here at Angel Stadium in Palm Springs, the Angels 3, the world champion Oakland A's 1.
We at Chevrolet believe that every radio listener is entitled in these days to at least 1 minute of nothing but good news. To that end, we devote this entire 60 seconds to bringing you the news about our new Chevelle Malibu Classic. Chevelle Malibu Classic, you see, is a combination of good things. It is a mid-sized car, agile, easy to get around in. Chevelle Malibu Classic is also mid-price. There's good news to dwell upon. Chevelle Malibu Classic is also a comfortable, finely appointed car. It has room for 6 adults. It has 2 doors or 4. It is available with a 6 as well as an 8. You see how the good news multiplies once we're in a proper frame of mind? Chevelle Malibu Classic. Take the good news home to your family. Chevrolet makes sense for America.
After 4 innings, the totals, the Angels 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors, have left 4. Oakland, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, and the A's have stranded 2 men. Skip Lockwood becomes the 3rd Angel pitcher following starter Bill Singer and Rudy May. May with 2 solid innings, faced only 6 men, allowed 1 base hit, didn't walk nor struck out anyone. And now Lockwood, one of the members of that big trade with the Milwaukee Brewers, comes in. Could be a very important part of this season. Lockwood could be used as a starter or as a long reliever. Has excellent stuff, a natural sinker. He was signed for a $100,000 bonus by Charlie Finley as an infielder out of Boston, Massachusetts, and then couldn't hit the curveball, became a pitcher. Feeds the fastball inside to Ray Fosse, the A's designated hitter today. Fosse hit by a pitch and thrown out trying to steal his only time up. Lockwood delivers on the outside corner, but too low. 2-0. So the battery of Lockwood and Rodriguez, they know each other well. Skip, right-hander, has his sign, into the windup, kicks and deals, and it's swung on and missed. 2-1. Lockwood, 6 feet tall, broad-shouldered, 190. His 2-1 pitch. Fosse fouls it out of play. At Milwaukee, in the last 4 years, Lockwood was 5-12, 10-15, 8 wins and 15 losses, and last year won 5 and lost 12. But in those 4 years, his ERA a very respectable 3.75. Sends this one outside. His problem has been command. He has good pitches. It's just a matter of being able to get them in the strike zone and in the spots in that strike zone, it will be the most effective for him, keeping the ball low primarily. The pitch, Fosse swings and pops it up behind short. Chalk says, come on in and get it. And Valentine says, I'm trying to fight the sun. Makes the catch for the first out. Fosse with a routine fly to left, 1 out. Here's Rich McKinney, right-handed hitting third baseman. Give you an idea of the kind of stuff Lockwood has. 72, he had 2 one-hit games. So a man who can pitch that kind of ball game has to have great stuff. And when he can put that together with good control, the Angels feel that he might be the real key to the trade. Sends the first pitch in for a strike, comes right back, and McKinney sends it very high to center field. McKinney watches the Rivers coast in under it and makes the catch. 2 gone as Lockwood induces Fosse and McKinney to fly out. And here's the number 9 hitter, Manny Trio. Right-handed batting second baseman. He popped to Denny Doyle his first time up. Skip Lockwood fidgets with a bill of that angel cap. Now has his sign from Rodriguez. The pitch swung on, popped up again. Epstein near the bag, now comes in on the infield grass and makes the catch just in fair territory. So Lockwood had the A's hitting under his pitches in the 5th inning as Fosse, McKinney, and Trio make out on the fly. 1-2-3 inning, and at the halfway mark of this one, 4.5 innings in the book. It's the Angels 3, the Oakland A's 1. Well, as we've all learned, time and fuel are precious these days. So the Angels are making it mighty easy for you fans to purchase tickets to 1974 Angels action. More than 200 Angels outlets will be in operation beginning Monday. The Anaheim Stadium box office will be open daily from 9 until 5:30. There are also convenient outlets in your area. It's the Mutual and Liberty agencies, the United California banks in Orange, Riverside, and in San Bernardino County. For choice seats to Angels home games through May 12th, why don't you shop early? Make it easy on yourself. Avoid the lines. The Big A advance window and all agencies open on Monday. And, of course, that first Angel homestand, well, this is the 9th of March. On the 9th of April, it'll be the Texas Rangers in for the first 3 nights, then the White Sox in on Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon, and then the Minnesota Twins in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night. All those tickets, Texas, Chicago, Minnesota, on sale at more than 200 Angel outlets throughout Southern California. Why don't you come out early and come out often? Follow the Angels in 74. Denny Doyle will start it for the Californians in Southern Californians in the bottom of the 5th inning. Doyle is sacrificed and he is struck out. He faces the right-hander Blue Moon Odom. Gave up a pair of runs to break the tie in the 4th. They play Doyle straight away. Odom gets his sign from catcher Tennis, winds, kicks the pitch. Ground ball up the middle, base hit to center field. Up with it is North. He gets it back into the cutoff man, and Denny Doyle has his first hit as an Angel. Solid single up the middle. Brings up left fielder Bobby Valentine, 2 for 2. He singled to drive in a run in the first inning off Starter Vida Blue, and then singled again to center field off Blue in the 3rd. For the Angels, that's their 7th hit. Valentine, closed stance, deep in the batter's box. Odom checks the runner. There goes Doyle. The pitch is swung on and missed. The throw by Tennis to second, and Doyle is out of there. So the hit and run backfires as Valentine unable to make contact, and Tennis throws out Doyle at second. That's the second man that Tennis has gunned down. Manny Trio with a tag at second base, so Doyle is erased. Valentine with 1 strike on him, and now Odom goes to the full windup. The pitch slides it away, 1-1. Sal Bando now with the Oakland Ball Club, bruised the middle finger on his throwing hand and was sent to Oakland for x-rays. He's okay. high, 2-1 to Valentine. Dick Green will be reporting to the A's camp in Mesa. After his perennial holdout, he has been satisfied with contract terms, but he's not with the club this weekend. The pitch by Odom. Valentine swings, grounds it foul past third, backhanded by McKinney. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Bobby Valentine. 1 out, bottom of the 5th, 3-1. The Angels lead the Oakland A. Oakland storming past San Diego yesterday, 13-3 in Yuma. Jackson, Fossey, Darren Johnson, homering, and Gene Tennis hit 2, including a grand slammer. The line, the 2-2 pitch. Valentine nubs it foul. Breaking ball away from Bobby. Oliver on deck. Rudy May getting in some running along the outfield fence in right field. Blue Moon Odom winds the 2-2 pitch. Change is lined into left field for another hit. Valentine is 3 for 3. So the straight change didn't fool Valentine, and he's not been particular about where he's hit the ball. He singled to knock in a run to right, then singled to center, and now he laces one to left field. What a kid. I believe the Angels would have him on the 25-man roster if Valentine had to hit out of a wheelchair. Oliver up. Angels with a couple of base hits here in the 5th inning, but Doyle erased on the misfired hit and run. The pitch, fouled high and out of play. Off to the right. A lot of construction here in the Angel Stadium area. They have leveled the parking lot and the rodeo area off to our right. Going to make a new auditorium, build a new auditorium here for the spring. What a day. Big jet airliner back of the center field fence, landing at the Palm Springs Airport. Pitch outside. 1-1 to Bob Oliver. Yes, sir. It has to go in the book as one of the beautiful sights that a person can see in this country of ours, to be in Palm Springs on a day like this with fantastic mountains, snow-capped. I can't remember seeing more snow. They had over 2 feet up on the tramway here in Palm Springs yesterday. The pitch, swung on and missed. Oliver trying to go to right field with first baseman Johnson holding on Valentine at first base, and a big gap that way. Bob could not make contact. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. 1 out, Valentine at first base. Bottom of the 5th, 3-1 Angels. Odom sets, checks the runner. The pitch. Ground ball toward third, could be 2. Up with it, McKinney. Over to Trio for 1. Back to first base, not in time to double up Oliver. And again, Trio very nearly came off the bag too soon at second base. Valentine limps off as, again, he is forced to go into that hard slide, breaking up the double play. He's getting a chance to test that leg in a hurry here in the spring. 2 gone. Oliver safe on the fielder's choice. And here's Mike Epstein. He's lined to center. A fine play by Bill North. A diving backhanded catch. And Mike walked to lead off the 2-run 4th inning. The Angels gain the lead 3-1. Johnson a step behind Oliver at first. Odom checks there anyway. The pitch. Breaking ball for a strike. Tickets for Angels home games through May the 12th go on sale Monday at the Anaheim Stadium box office and more than 200 outlets in Southern California. Remember, the Big A ticket hours are 9 to 5:30 every day. The pitch. Epstein nubs one up the third baseline and a curl foul. Just cued that one off the end of the stick. 2 strikes on Big Mike. Ollie Brown would be next. The Angels with a total of 8 hits. 2 in the first, and then 2 more in each of the last 3 innings. Outfield deep toward right. Odom is ready. Looks over at Oliver. 2-strike pitch. Breaking ball too close. 1-2. Whitey Herzog down at third base, shouting some encouragement to Epstein. skipper of the Rangers last year and a welcome addition to Bobby Winkle's staff here in 74. Odom's 1-2 delivery. Change just misses inside. It appeared to be high enough, caught the knees, but just off the inner edge. Oliver edges off the bag at first base. 2 outs. There he goes. The pitch swung on. Base hit center field. Oliver keeps right on to going to third as Epstein delivers the hit. North runs the ball in from center field. It was hit off the end of the bat, but had great direction. Right over the pitcher's head. Odom landed at the edge of the outfield grass and rolled to a stop in shallow center field. Oliver running all the way. So the Angels have 3 more hits here in the 5th inning, but have yet to score. Epstein with his first hit of the spring, and that's now a total of 9 in the game for the Angels. 5 of them off Odom in 2 innings. Ollie Brown, he singled the Texas Laker to left field off Odom in the last inning. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Odom from the stretch. And the pitch. Brown looks at a strike. A good fastball. Final at Vero Beach in 10 innings. Atlanta beat the Dodgers 4-3. Home runs in that game. Steve Garvey with a solo homer for the Dodgers and Mike Lum with a 2-run blast for the Braves. 4-3 Atlanta wins at Vero Beach in 10. The pitch swung on and missed. Another fastball on the outside corner. 2 strikes on Brown as Odom goes to the fastball. 3-1 the Angels lead. Other scores, Philadelphia leading Boston 2-1 after 2 innings. 2-1 Cleveland over the Giants after 2. Ground ball towards short. Into the hole goes Campaneris. Has played at second base in time for the out. And that's it for the Angels. So they have a 3-hit inning without scoring. And they leave 2. And after 5, Angels 3, the A's 1.
Fans, here's good news for motorists whose tires are wearing as thin as their budgets. Chevron dealers' standard stations are having a big money-saving tire sale for you. It's the quality, economy-priced Atlas Pacesetter tire for mid-sized cars, now sale priced for as low as $29.18. The Pacesetter has 2 rugged fiberglass belts over 2 durable polyester cord plies. Computer-designed tread to 14, sale price at $29.18, plus $2.33 federal excise tax. Prices may vary at Chevron dealers. Stretch your budget in these times. Take advantage of the low sale price on Atlas Pacesetter tires right now along the Chevron way.
After 5 innings, the Angels lead the Oakland A's 3-1. Skip Lockwood into his second inning of pitching will face Bill North, Bert Campaneris, and Joe Rudy, the top of the Oakland order. Other scores in exhibition baseball today. In Florida, it's the Tigers 4, Minnesota 1 in the 7th inning. Kansas City 8, the White Sox 3 in the 6th inning. We told you Tucson, Cleveland with a 2-1 lead over the San Francisco Giants in the 3rd. At Yuma, Arizona, Western College 1, San Diego Padres 0 after 1. And we'll double check on some of the basketball action, the first round of the NCAA playoffs as well. Of course, you'll hear that game, USC, UCLA tonight here on most of these same stations. Bill North, switch hitter. He walked and scored the A's run in the first inning, tries to bunt his way on and fouls it off against the screen behind the dugout of the A's on the third base side. North walked in the first inning, leading off against Bill Singer, stole second, moved to third on a sacrifice, and came home on a base hit by Reggie Jackson for the A's run. Lockwood winds the pitch in at the feet of North. It's 1-1. Nolan Ryan, Frank Canana, Rich Hand tomorrow for the Angels, and we see Dick Lang, right-hander, beginning to warm up for the Angels. He probably will pitch just 1 inning. Also down in the corner, John Doherty, Morris Nettles, a couple of rookies getting ready as if they might be coming in. Breaking ball hangs high and away, and it's 2-1 to Bill North. Angel pitching, allowing only 2 base hits through 5. Ground ball up the middle, knocked down by Lockwood. He races after, picks it up, fires to first, and gets him. Good play. North North with a low line drive to the glove side of Lockwood. Good actions by Skip. He reached down, knocked the ball down, slowed it down. It rolled behind him down in the grass behind the mound, and Lockwood spinning away was able to get to the ball in time and fire a strike to Epstein just in front of Bill North. 1 out. The pitch to Campaneris is a strike, a fastball call. Well, Lockwood has retired 4 men in a row. Right-hander ready, pumps the pitch. Swung on and fouled high over our head. 2 strikes on Campaneris. Joe Rudy on deck for Oakland. Most of the seats occupied today at Angel Stadium. Fans enjoying this first game. Palm Springs. The pitch. Breaking ball bounces in off Rodriguez's shin guard. 1-2. Good to see one of the great men in baseball, Freddie Fitzsimmons. Giants and the Dodgers, the Braves. Ground ball to third. Oliver up with it easily on the second up and fires the Epstein for the out. 2 away. That's 5 in a row retired by Lockwood, and stepping in left fielder Joe Rudy. And this reminds you that Angels baseball is brought to you by Standard Stations and Chevron dealers. Here's another Chevron maximum mileage tip. Use your car's air conditioner only when absolutely necessary, because optional equipment such as air conditioners can actually cut down on your gasoline mileage. Rudy is struck out and grounded to Oliver. Lockwood winds the pitch. Little low, right down the middle, but below the knees of Rudy. Tall, right-handed batter. Outfield plays Rudy straight away. Infield the same. He hits to all field. The pitch fouled out of play, and it's 1-1. Good pitch by Lockwood. He kept that ball away from Rudy. Reggie Jackson would be next. No one on. The Angels lead 3-1. 2 outs in the Oakland 6th inning as Lockwood kicks and deals. A long drive to left field. Back goes Valentine. Back. It's over his head against the fence. 1 hops against the fence, and Valentine plays it cleanly into second base, but there's Rudy with a stand-up double. Now the Oakland fans have a chance to cheer a solid extra base hit off the bat of Joe Rudy as he lines one over left fielder Bobby Valentine's head. 2 outs. That brings the tying run to the plate. Reggie Jackson, who is 2 for 2. Until Rudy's hit, Jackson the only man with a base hit in the Oakland lineup. He looped an RBI single to center field to drive in the A's only run in the first inning and grounded one sharply through the right side his last time up against Rudy May. Lockwood from the set position, the pitch. Low, ball 1, a fastball. Outfield, around toward right, and deep. It's 363 down the lines here in Palm Springs, so if you hit one out, you've hit the ball hard. 400 feet to center field. Rudy from second, ducking in behind him is shortstop Dave Chalk, so Lockwood backs off the rubbers. Quickly played game. We're in the 6th inning. The ball game not quite an hour old. Lockwood ready, the pitch. Jackson takes it high, 2-0, and you see Reggie coiling up as if he's going to lash out, try to tie it with one swing. 2-0 the count. Gene Tennis on deck. 2 gone. Rudy out at second base. Lockwood looks back at him. And the 2-0 pitch. Jackson looks at it in the dirt. 3-0. That one took a funny bounce in the dirt off the shin guard of Rodriguez and then skipped up and hit Jackson in the jaw. Fortunately, at that point, most of the velocity out of that pitch. Boy, some NCAA scores of interest. And in the Big Ten, in particular, Indiana 80, Purdue 79, a final. The Hoosiers beat the Boilermakers by 1. The pitch. Ground ball No, Doyle can't get it. Goes off his chin. Here comes Rudy around third. The throw to the plate. Going to be close. He is safe. No, he's out. He missed the plate. With a delayed call, Rudy missed the plate. He didn't slide, and no one was helping him out. And Rodriguez played the old statue game. He acted as though there was no play coming in. The ball caromed off Doyle's leg, rolled behind second, chopped the shortstop, ranged to his left, picked it up, fired into Rodriguez. Rudy, had he made a slide, would have beaten it easily, but came in standing, tried to leap over Rodriguez, missed the plate, and Rodriguez made the tag for an out. A big play as the Angels escape the sixth without an Oakland run scoring. No runs. 2 hits. You have to give Jackson a base hit on the play. And 1 man left. And after 5 1/2, it remains Angels 3, Oakland
1. There's a special kind of beer. Maybe you know it. Budweiser. It was created nearly a century ago by people who really cared about things. Like brewing a quality beer, no matter what the cost. In time, in ingredients, in anything. Today, the Budweiser people still think that's worth caring about. They're making sure that caring isn't just a memory. And every taste of Beechwood-aged Budweiser says so and always will. And when you say Budweiser, you said it all.
They have officially ruled that Doyle be charged with an error. It was a twisting soft liner to Doyle's right. He could not quite come up with it. But the Angels get the out at the plate anyway, and it remains 3-1. Dick Enberg, Dave Niehaus, Don Drysdale, and Palm Springs. Bottom of the 6th. Here's Dave.
Thank you, Dick. Richie Scheinblum leads it off and takes a change curve for a strike for the Angels. A 3-1 ball game. The Angels lead the A's in a fast-played ball game in the bottom half of the 6th. John Blue Moon Odom going into his 3rd inning of work, and the pitch to Scheinblum, a high floater. Boy, he really pulled the string on that one. Odom with a big motion and then almost arced the ball across the plate. It was across the plate, but it was high. Ball and a strike, and Odom's pitch swung on a fly ball to right field. Coming in and sprinting on the ball now, holding up is right fielder Reggie Jackson. He makes the catch for out number 1. 1 up and 1 away. That'll bring along Ellie Rodriguez. That'll bring you along for station identification. This is the Angels Radio Network.
Helping handicapped children brightens everyone's future. Give your helping hand through Easter Seals. Your gift to Easter Seals will last a lifetime. This is KXTC, Glendale, Phoenix.
Ellie Rodriguez for the Angels. Odom into the line, and the pitch to Ellie, a fastball outside. Ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Rodriguez drove in a run in the 4th inning with a sacrifice line drive to center fielder Bill North. He's right out to North in the 2nd. So he's 0 for 1. Odom's 1-0 pitch to him. Strike over the outside corner at the knees, called by home plate umpire Dave Phillips. Phillips himself on this very warm afternoon in Palm Springs, a little conditioning program as he is in a warm-up jacket behind the plate, and the pitch, a curve blowing outside. 2 balls and a strike to Rodriguez. John Blue Moon Odom. The A's defensively have McKinney at 3rd, Campaneris at short, Trio is at 2nd, and Aaron Johnson around at 1st. The 2-1 pitch now to Rodriguez. Line drive, base hit center field, and the little guy really popped one into center field on about 3 or 4 hops to center fielder Bill North. So for the Angels, they continue to pound the ball. That is their 10th hit in the ball game. And their 6th hit off of Blue Moon Odom. With 1 down, we'll see how manager Bobby Winkles plays it with David Chalk at the plate. Chalk has flied out and struck out over 2. Right-handed batter. Odom at the belt. Checking Rodriguez at first. Goes to first base. Back in plenty of time standing up is Ellie. Mickey Rivers will be next.
The Angels with 1 run in the first to tie, and then 2 in the fourth to go ahead. Throw to first base again, and back just standing up is Ellie Rodriguez. We remind you that Angels baseball is brought to you by Busch. Great ingredients make a great beer, and Busch is brewed with the best of 6-year-old barley, imported and domestic hops. The pitch to Chalk is downstairs. 1 ball on David Chalk. Busch has brewed a natural way to deliver that natural beer taste. Busch. Odom checks Rodriguez at first. There he goes. The pitch is swung on and missed. The throw through to second base. Trio pulls it down, not in time. The throw was on the first base side of second base. Manny Trio almost overran the ball, had to reach back and catch it. And then Ellie Rodriguez slid in underneath the tag. So Rodriguez, who is certainly not noted for his speed, picks up his first steal of 1974 in the Cactus League. The Angels have a runner at second base with 1 out. 1-1 on David Chalk, and the pitch to him swung on and capped off the plate up the third baseline foul. 2 strikes. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Whitey Herzog throws it over to Rich McKinney, playing at third for the A's. We mentioned earlier, and a couple of times throughout the broadcast, Sal Bando suffering a bone bruise on the middle finger of his right hand while taking batting practice for the A's earlier in the week. 1-2 on Chalk. Rodriguez with his lead. Odom comes to the plate. A fastball is tapped off the plate toward shortstop. Campaneris charges, picks, throws, just in time to get David Chalk, and easily on the plate down to third goes Ellie Rodriguez. It's a strong throw from Bert Campaneris just to nip Dave Chalk at first base. For the Angels, with the 4th run of the ball game only 90 feet away. And here's Mickey Rivers. Mickey, a pair of doubles his first 2 times up. Mickey doubles off the midsection of Bill North in center field his first time, and then hit one in the gap in the third. And the pitch to Mickey, a fastball inside. 1 ball and no strikes, and then he tapped out to shortstop Bert Campaneris his last time up. Mickey Charles Rivers, the Miami Greyhound. He can run the stretch. Mickey waits, and the pitch now, fastball, a little looper into shallow left field, but playing him perfectly is Joe Rudy. He's there, backs up a couple of steps to pull it down to retire the side. So in the 6th, the Angels again turned aside on a base hit. They move a man as far as third base in the person of Ellie Rodriguez. No Oakland errors. The Angels leave 1. The Angels have left at least 1 man in every inning. They left 2 in the 5th and after 6. The Angels 3 and the Oakland A's have 1. What is good service all about? Well, I'll tell you. The mechanic who takes the trouble to explain what went wrong with your engine and then drives you around the block until you're satisfied it's running as good as new. Never mind, he's already late for lunch by that time. Or it's the bank teller who finds you $5 worth of change for your son's coin collection, even though her cash drawer is really closed for the day. That, my friends, is good service. And so is Continental Airlines. They still believe that if they do a little more for you a lot faster, you'll come back and fly them again and again. Continental has more flights between Los Angeles and Houston than any other airline. A total of 12 flights a day, including 3 non-stops and DC-10 service with economy fares available on every one. So call your travel agent or Continental Airlines, the proud bird with the golden tail. And remember, they really move their tail to give you good service. And that includes daily service from Los Angeles to Kansas City, too. The new Angel pitcher will be Richard Otto Lang, a young man from Michigan with the broad shoulders and the good fastball. So Skip Lockwood goes 2 innings, gives up no runs on 1 hit, did not walk a man, nor strike out a man. Angel pitching has been superb. The pitch on the way to the Oakland leadoff man here in the 7th inning, Gene Tennis, is a slider outside. 1 ball and no strikes. The Angels with a single run in the first, 2 in the fourth. The A's with their only run in the first. The wind and the pitch to Tennis by Lang, swing and a miss. It's making fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lang, last year with the Angels after being called up from Salt Lake City, did quite well. Tennis right down on the knob of the bat. Dick Lang's 1-1 delivery to him now. A fastball strike called, and that had some mustard on it over the outside edge. 1 and 2 on Gene Tennis. Lang checking with Rodriguez. The wind and the pitch on the way. Just checked his swing, took it outside, hit Dennis. Lang, 1-2 and lost 1 with the big club last year. He was 7-6 while pitching at Salt Lake City. The wind by Lang and the pitch swung on, ripped foul down the third baseline, backhanded by a member of the A's in their bullpen. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Angels have made some defensive changes. Sandy Alomar has gone in to play second base. Bob Oliver is still at third. Chalk is still at shortstop. And the pitch swung on and tapped foul at the plate. I believe that's John Doherty over at first for the Angels. In the outfield as we check it, Sam Ashford has gone into left field. Lee Stanton is in right field, and Morris Nettles in center. Swung on, popped up over our heads, back out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So I rather doubt if you're keeping score with us on this first broadcast of the year, but if you are, you may make those changes. Richard Otto Lang. The count 2 balls and 2 strikes on Tennis. Broad-shouldered right-handed delivers and a ground ball toward the hole, cut off by Oliver. He straightens up and Big Bob throws out Gene Tennis. 1 down. So Doherty is at first. Sandy Alomar at second. Maoli has gone in to play shortstop instead of David Shaw. Oliver is the only remaining starter in the infield. Sam Ashford in left field. Here's Darren Johnson, and the pitch to him by Lang is strike call. 0-1. Morris Nettles is in center, and Lee Stanton is in right. The wind and the pitch to Johnson changed, hammered high, straight away left center field. Coming in on the ball is Ashford. Sam shielding his face from that hot desert glare and makes the catch. 2 down. Here's Ray Fosse. Fosse was hit by a pitch off by Bill Singer in the second inning, and then he flied out to left. The Mule, most likable young man that bought himself a home during the offseason in the Bay Area, Danville, California. The pitch swung on, a little looper into center field off the fist. Charging in a hurry is Nettles. He's got outstanding speed, but even he cannot get to that ball as it drops in front of him for a base hit. Fosse, in talking to him, said he bought the house and it was an old home, I guess something out of the Victorian era or something like that, and he said he did not realize that he had any carpentering ability, but he spent almost every hour awake refurbishing that new house, and he said he got quite a bit of self-satisfaction out of it. Rich McKinney has popped up and flied out to center, right-handed batter. The pitch by Lang, a fastball taken low and outside. The Angels now with 10 base hits. Angel pitching has given up 5. Lang at the belt. Steps back off now as he drives Fosse closer to the bag, being held on by young John Doherty at first base. And this young man is a great promise for the future for the Angels, playing first right now. The pitch. McKinney takes low and outside. We'll have to wait and see how manager Bobby Winkles has made the changes as far as the lineup is concerned when they come to bat. If it's straight up and down, Alomar would lead off the bottom half of the 7th for the Angels at second base. The stretch and the pitch. McKinney swings and lashes it foul off the head of the bat down the right field line. Boy, tremendous turnout on opening day here in Palm Springs. Just about every seat taken in the bleachers down the left field line and down the right field line. Not to enjoy the sun. Yesterday morning when Don and Dick and I left for Holtville to see the Angels play the Chicago Cubs, it was drizzling quite heavily, and we didn't get out of the rain until we got almost in El Centro. And the snow level is very low here in the Springs, making a spectacular background. The pitch swung on and driven high into center field straight away. Nettles coming in on the ball. Morris is there, and he makes the catch to retire the side. So in the 7th for the Californians, or rather for the Oakland A's, they come up with no runs on a base hit.
No Angel errors, and they leave one. And as we go to the bottom half of the seventh inning, it's the Angels 3, and the A's have 1.
There's a kind of taste which finds its expression in Monte Carlo by Chevrolet. A kind of reassured sense of classiness that is both dignified and sassy. For those who appreciate fine Chevrolet engineering and who have a feeling for automotive styling, there is Monte Carlo for 74. When you invest in a new car, you've got a right to have the car you really want. The car which fulfills your needs, which lives up to the quality your taste demands. If you're the kind of person whose artistic sense requires a well-engineered, elegantly styled automobile, you'll find it makes sense to take a good look at Monte Carlo. After all, transportation is much more than just getting there. Chevrolet makes sense for Americans.
Go to the bottom half of the seventh. The Oakland A's pitch their third man of the afternoon. The veteran left-hander Darrell Knowles, Sandy Alomar to lead it off. Little switch hitter batting right-handed against Knowles. The line in the pitch by Darrell is swung on and ripped on one hop to the shortstop. Down with the tailgate is a new Oakland shortstop. We'll have to get him. That's not Bert Campaneris out there at short right now. It is number 20, who happens to be Jack Heidemann. So Heidemann is the new shortstop. Alomar is gone, 6-3. Left-hander Darrell Knowles. Here's a young man, Sam Ashford. The pitch to him. Fastball down low and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Ashford, just a youngster. Samuel Lee Ashford Jr., the sweeping curve is low and outside to the tall left-handed batter. He's 6'1", 180 pounds. From Ensley, Alabama, and last year at Salt Lake City, he hit a robust .350. The line in the pitch to Ashford, curve high and outside. 2 balls. They have a strikeout there to Ashford. Ashford had 2 home runs and 25 RBIs. He played in only 40 games with Salt Lake City, 73 games with El Paso. And the pitch to Sam jammed him inside and low. Ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. At El Paso, Ashford hit .336. Had 4 home runs, 37 RBIs. Ashford will be 23 years of age on the 22nd of this month, and he swings and pops it up into foul territory. Third baseman for the A's goes over near, tries to backhand and can't do it. A's also have a new third baseman. Manny Trillo has moved over from second to play third. Which, of course, means we have a new second baseman. Trillo is at third. Heidemann is at second. Scorer's nightmare here in the early games, of course, when the managers try to give all the youngsters a chance to play. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Sam Ashford. Ashford runs well and obviously carries a good bat. The 3-2 pitch is a chain swung on and missed. So Ashford strikes out against the veteran left-hander Darrell Knowles. 2 down, and here's Bob Oliver. Ted Kubiak at second base, taking over for Manny Trillo, who moves to third. Big Bob Oliver grounded into a double play, popped out. Was on the fielder's choice. The line and the pitch to Ollie. Low and outside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Jesus Alou has gone into left field for Oakland. The wind and the pitch, way outside. 2 balls and no strikes to Oliver. Angel Mangual has gone into center. And Vic Davalillo is in right. The 2-0 pitch to Bob Oliver by Darrell Knowles is a curve, a swing and a miss, breaking in on the fist of the big fella. 2 balls and a strike. The Angels with a run in the first, 2 in the fourth, and the Angels have out-hit the Oakland A's 10-5. Knowles checking with his battery mate. Says okay, and the 2-1 delivery now to Bob Oliver is a fastball, rammed toward third, backing up on the ball and backing in it is Trillo. The long throw just in time to get Oliver. Trio having a little problem with it, backhanding and dropping, but still having time to pick it up and throw out Bob Oliver. And the Angels gone 1, 2, 3 here in the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And after 7, it's the Angels 3, the A's 1.
Fans, here's a very simple Chevron maximum mileage tip. Forgetting to regularly replace your engine's air filter can waste valuable gasoline. The air filter can play a big part in engine efficiency and gasoline mileage. Its job is to keep dirt away from vital moving parts. But if air filters aren't replaced regularly, they can collect too much dirt and become clogged. When that happens to your air filter, it slowly chokes off the engine's airflow, and that can mean a drop in mileage. It's happening in thousands of cars right now, and it could be easily avoided by relying on the know-how of your Chevron standard man. He'll recommend the proper intervals for changing your air filter, as well as the right Atlas filter for your car and driving conditions. And remember, standard stations and most Chevron dealers also carry quality Atlas tires, batteries, and other accessories designed to meet your driving needs. For more Chevron maximum mileage tips, rely on the experienced men at Chevron dealers and standard stations. All along the Chevron way.
We go to the 8th inning of play here at Angel Stadium in Palm Springs on this lovely afternoon. The Angels have a 3-1 lead over the Oakland A's. Going into his 2nd inning of work is Dick Lang. Manny Trio leads it off for the Oakland A's. And for more play, again, here's Big D.
All right, thank you very much, David, as Dick Lang delivers a fastball taken on the outside corner for called strike 1. Has his sign right back, a 1-strike pitch, fouled right back up over our head. So Rick Stelmazik, the new catcher for the California Angels, trying to set the defense again. Oliver at third, Maioli at short, Alomar at second, Doherty at first. Here's Lang's 2-strike pitch, a slider just outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. In the outfield, Sam Ashford in left, Morris Nettles in center, and Lee Stanton in right. The battery of Stelmazik and Lang. Dick winds, the next pitch, a slider just outside for ball 2. The count evens up at 2-2. Now that is one thing here in the spring you'll kind of have to bear with us, because that's when you see just about every member of that 40-man squad. The next pitch, slider, got him looking, strike 3 call. So Manny Trio looks at a good slider by Dick Lang, and that is out number 1 for the A's in the 8th inning. We will go to the top of the order, and the new center fielder taking over for Bill North will be Angel Manguel. They're talking about these full rosters. These managers have to take a look at every player. They want to see what they can do, so consequently it takes us a while to catch up on all the changes. The first pitch by Dick Lang's a breaking pitch outside for ball 1. Lang winds, the 1-0 pitch taken low with a fastball, ball 2. Manguel last year in 74 games with the A's hit .224. Lang winds, here's the 2-0 pitch, that's taken low for ball 3. Now Lang, after striking out Trio, falls behind Manguel, 3 balls and no strikes. Angel looks down his third base coach, Irv Norn, stands back in. Here's the 3-0 pitch, that's high. He walked him on 4 straight pitches. So that's the first base on balls given up by Dick Lang, just the second by Angel pitching this afternoon, which is very, very good at this phase of the spring. And Jack Heidemann, the new shortstop, will be the hitter. Lang working from the belt. The pitch to Heidemann, ground ball to Oliver, backs up, plays it on a tricky hop. He goes to Alomar for 1. Back to Doherty, a double play. Fine play by Bob Oliver. He stayed right with that in-between hop, got the handle, and the Angels turn over the double play. The A's are gone in the 8th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. And the score, after 7 1/2, it's the Angels 3 and the A's 1.
When you say Budweiser,
Somebody still cares about quality. To the Budweiser people, that's a lot more than just words. It's a commitment and a promise to everyone who enjoys great beer. Like you, they're making sure that caring isn't just a memory. And every taste of Beechwood Aged Budweiser says so and always will.
When you say putt, you tell the world you know what makes it all the way. When you say putt, you say you care enough to only want the king of beer. There is no other one. There's only something left. Because the king of beer is leading all the rest. When you say Budweiser, you've said it all.
We move along now to the last half of the 8th inning. John Doherty, young left-hand hitting first baseman, standing in. Darrell Knowles delivers a breaking pitch outside for ball 1. The catcher, Ken Hosley, the new catcher for the Oakland A's. Knowles has the sign, winds, and the next pitch swung on it. Missed a fastball. Strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. John Michael Doherty from Woburn, Massachusetts. Next pitch, a curveball taken for called strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's a 5'11", 185-pounder. He bats from the left side, the same as he throws. The next pitch, a little ground ball back to Knowles, off his leg, and he cannot make a play. We'll have to see how they score it. That ball right back to Darrell Knowles. It stayed down on him. It did not come up. Believe that they will probably score that in error. But whatever, John Doherty is at first base. Nobody out. And Lee Stanton, taking over for Ollie Brown, will be the hitter. That will be an error on the pitcher, Darrell Knowles. Knowles set. The pitch to Stanton is fouled at the plate. 0-1. While Ollie Brown was in there, Ollie was 1 for 3. Now it's Lee Stanton. On deck, the designated hitter, Richie Scheinblum. Knowles leaning in, checking signs, into the stretch. The next pitch, a good change, swung on and missed, strike 2. Darrell Knowles pulling the string on Leroy Stanton. And he's ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out in the Angel 8, the infield and double play depth. Knowles at the belt, checks the runner. The next pitch, breaking pitch, hangs outside for ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The infield for the A's now consists of Trio at third, Heidemann at short, Kubiak at second, and Darren Johnson at first. Knowles goes over to first, and back in plenty of time is Doherty. The outfield of Alou, Manguel, and Davalillo from left to right. Ken Hosley behind the plate. Darrell Knowles, the third Oakland pitcher, on the mound. Knowles set. The next pitch to Stanton is fouled away, just off of the glove of the catcher, Ken Hosley. Pounds at the glove, the ball going back to the backstop. Count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. On deck, the switch hitting Richie Scheinblum. Knowles set. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's fouled away again at the plate, and the count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lee Stanton last year hit .235 for the Angels. One thing that Angel management has been waiting for is Stanton to possibly come through with the bat power that they've been looking for. The next pitch, line drive, ripped up the alley in left center field. Over in a hurry to get it is Jay Alou. On his way to third is Doherty. The throw goes by. Kubiak comes all the way to the plate. Is picked up there by Ken Hosley, and the Angels have runners at the corner. Doherty at third and Lee Stanton at first base. Now the Angels leading 3-1, trying to get some more. Runners at the corner, nobody gone in their half of the 8th. They lead at 3-1, and Richie Scheinblum standing in. Well, did you know that 7 out of 10 people who fly with Continental have flown them before, and that's certainly proof of their great service. Scheinblum standing in Knowles' first pitch, a change down low for ball 1. The A's infield once again will move back. They will try and get the ground ball. They will try and get the double play. And with doing that, they will sacrifice a run possibly. Scheinblum hitting from the right side off the left-handed pitching of Darrell Knowles. Doherty at third, Stanton at first. The next pitch hit off the hands, and the third baseman trio goes to second for 1. Kubiak drops the ball. Doherty scores, and safe at first base is Richie Scheinblum. Well, there's a play right there. I don't know how much Manny Trio has played third, but there just about is no way. That is a 1 ball right there. When the infield will play back, they'll say, make the ball be hit hard. That ball was not hit hard. And Trio, possibly during the course of a year, or after manager Alvin Dark might talk to him, should have come to the plate with that ball because he possibly could not have gotten the double play. 1 run in, and Rick Stelmazik swings and fouls the first pitch right at the plate. So Stanton is safe at second base as Kubiak dropped the ball. Scheinblum is at first with a fielder's choice. And John Doherty scores. Here's a 1-strike pitch. There's a high drive hit deep to right center field. Going back, Manguel still going back. He shades his eyes with a glove. Tagging at second, moving to third is Lee Stanton as Manguel throws in behind the runner, Richie Scheinblum, who had to hustle back into first base. So once again, the Angels have runners at the corner with Lee Stanton at third, Richie Scheinblum at first. There's 1 gone, and Rudy Maioli will be the hitter. Rudy Maioli taking over for Dave Chalk. Dave was 0 for 3 on the afternoon. This will be Maioli's first time at bat this afternoon. The Angels 4 and the Oakland A's 1. Rudy Maioli, born in Troy, New York, now makes his home in Covina. First pitch, a breaking pitch outside for ball 1. Rudy hits from the left side. Last year with the Angels hit .223. He had 2 home runs, 23 RBIs. Johnson holding Scheinblum at first. Knowles sets the next pitch on the outside corner with a breaking pitch. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Trio, even with the bag at third off the line. Out time call. The ball gets away out of the A's bullpen. Third base umpire Hank Morganweck retrieves. Knowles has his sign at the belt. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's hit off the hands, foul, curving down the left field side. Goes back and out of play. Well, one of the fans here at sun-drenched Angel Stadium this afternoon has a souvenir. Boy, it's been a beautiful afternoon. It's just gotten prettier as the day has gone by. Started this morning, the clouds kind of moving through the pass that were in L.A. all yesterday. They moved on farther east. The sun is out. It is just beautiful. The 1-2 pitch, line drive, hit the right center field, going over Davalillo, makes the catch right off the shoe top. The throw back to first base, there's nobody there. Stanton scores, and Scheinblum, hustling back to first base, has to stay right there as the catcher, Ken Osley, backs up the play. So the Angels scoring another run. They now lead it 5-1. That will be a sacrifice fly for Rudy Maioli and an RBI. Fine catch in right field by Vic Davalillo. He took that one right off of the shoe tops. Now, there's a youngster right here that people are going to see a lot about, I think, in Southern California. Morris Nettles. Knowles goes over to first, and Scheinblum is back. This young man from Los Angeles. First pitch, a fastball, swung on and missed, strike one. Nettles, last year at El Paso, hit .331, led the league, and the most hits with 156, and he stole more bases. He had 41. Knowles at the belt, the pitch to Nettles, a fastball, swung on and missed, strike two. Still, the one thing you've got to try and help these youngsters along, of course, they're anxious to play. They're playing against the world champions. They want to try and impress, but sometimes you got to get them keyed down just a little bit. Ball is sliced down the left field line. That will curl back and out of play. You'd like to impress. They want to impress. And looking at it business-wise, and the manager, Harry Dalton, sitting right next to me right now, they have to impress. And it's tough. Knowles nods his head. Yes, Scheinblum away at first base. The pitch to Nettles, curveball, got him looking just on the outside corner. Strike three call. Nettles didn't care for the call too much. Now Morris retired, but the Angels come up with 2 more runs on just 1 hit. There was an error and 1 man left in the score after 8. It's the California Angels 5 and the Oakland A's 1. Well, what is good service all about? I'll tell you what. The parking attendant who gives you the best spot, he saves that best spot in the whole garage, then finds a way to open your front window without breaking it after you've locked the keys inside the car. Or the laundryman who checks through 7 other bundles in search for your missing cufflinks. Never mind, it's past closing time. He's supposed to be taking his daughter to her ballet lesson. Then you go home and find the cufflinks in your second drawer under the socks. Now that's good service. And so is Continental Airlines. They still believe that if you do a little more for they can just do a little bit more for you. And they can do it a lot faster. And you'll come back and fly them again and again. Now, how about Hawaii? Continental flies 2 non-stop DC-10s from Los Angeles to Honolulu every day with economy fares and plenty of island atmosphere on both. Call your travel agent or Continental Airlines, the proud bird with a golden tail. After all, they really move their tail to give you good service. And that includes daily service from Los Angeles to Houston, too. All right, we're set to go here at Angel Stadium. The California Angels a 4-run lead. We move to the top of the 9th inning, and Jay Alou will lead it off. Dave Sells, the new pitcher. Alou going after the first pitch, a 2-hopper to Sandy Alomar. He throws him out. So 1 gone for the A's here in the 9th inning. 3,091, a fine turnout this afternoon. One gone, Vic Davalillo will be the hitter. Davalillo, short left-hand hitter. Reminds you so much of Matty Alou. Sells winds, the right-hander's first pitch, a fastball for a strike. Bob Oliver right up on the grass at third base. There's a line drive into left field coming on. Sam Ashford right there makes the catch for out number 2. Now 2 gone, and Ken Hosley, the catcher, will be the hitter. Hosley, strong right-hand hitter. Dave Sells, 1 out away from preserving this win for the Angels. Be their first of the spring. This is just their second game. Yesterday they fell short 2-1 to the Chicago Cubs. The next pitcher called strike to Hosley. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dell's next pitch is fouled at the plate. The count moves to 1-2. Here's Sell's next pitch. Got him swinging, strike 3. So Ken Hosley strikes out. The ball game is over. The Angels win the first of the spring against the world champion Oakland A's. The Angels 5 and the Oakland A's 1.
You will see. The Nova 6 makes sense today. 2, 3, 4. Count the doors of the Chevy Nova 6.
The Chevy Nova 6 two-door coupe, the young happy one, with stripes if you order them, and that practical 6-cylinder engine.
3.
The Chevy Nova 6 hatchback, a door on the left, one on the right, and a big hatch in back. Flip the back seat down, and you've got a Nova 6 that thinks it's a station wagon.
4.
The Chevy Nova 6 four-door sedan, sincere from the start. The attractive arithmetic of four-door comfort and convenience, plus 6-cylinder economy.
Can you hear? The numbers say the Nova 6 makes sense today. Hey!
Chevrolet makes sense for America.
Well, here are the totals for today's game. For the California Angels, 5 runs on 11 hits. They committed 2 errors, and they leave 8. For the Oakland A's, they have 1 run on 4 hits. They commit 1 error. They leave 3. The winning pitcher was Rudy May, and the losing pitcher was John Blue Moon Odom. And the attendance this afternoon, 3,091. A fine crowd here at Angel Stadium as the Angels win the first game of the spring. They are now 1-1. This is their first win here at Angel Stadium. And Bobby Valentine, a young man trying to come back, had himself a great afternoon. He was 3 for 3. Bobby is going to be our special guest on Angel Report, and that will follow in just a moment.
California Angels baseball is brought to you by Chevron dealers and standard stations, who throughout this game provided you with Chevron maximum mileage tips to help you keep going under today's conditions. By Anheuser-Busch Incorporated, Los Angeles, brewers of Budweiser. When you say Budweiser, you've said it all. By Continental Airlines, the proud bird with a golden tail. And by Chevrolet and the economical Chevy Nova 6. For the last 13 years, Nova has year by year been making more sense as basic, reliable transportation. This broadcast is authorized under radio rights granted by the California Angels solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. Any other use without permission of the Angels is prohibited. Now stay tuned for important post-game coverage on Angel Report, coming right up.
Do you know how sound your family's financial health is? Should something happen to you, would they be able to live as comfortably as you'd want? Well, now you can examine your family's financial health through a Metropolitan Family Security Checkup. Metropolitan Life Insurance Company offers you this important service without charge, without obligation. And you needn't have a Metropolitan policy to take advantage of it. Here's all there is to it. Your experienced Metropolitan representative will help you go over your whole financial picture. You'll learn where you're weak and where you're strong. Then, with all the facts in front of you, you decide what action to take, if any, to guarantee your family's financial security. Makes sense, doesn't it? Call your Metropolitan man today for a family security checkup. His number is 947-7366. That's Carl Verdura, Jr. or John Shadenagel, CLU, at the Scottsdale office of Metropolitan Life. And remember, there's no obligation except to those you love. Coming up next, Angel Report, and afterwards, Herb Johnson with Jazz.
This This is Angel Report. And this is Dick Enberg with Don Drysdale. Stand by for a recap of today's game, all the scores, and exclusive post-game interviews. All on Angel Report.